This is so fun. I have been walking now for I don't even know how long. I wasn't tracking the time. I'm sorry that I'm kind of out of breath at this point, but that's how it is. Um, I want to talk about when you've tried everything. Girl, right? I hear you. I feel you. I was you. And I've been this person in a lot of different areas of my life, which I find fascinating. I am definitely someone who likes to try all the different routes. I've done this in business. I've done this with getting over my ex. I've done this with getting over my miscarriage. I like trying them all, figuring out what works the best, what's the most efficient route. I'm all about efficiency, speed and ease, my friends. Speed and ease. So let's kind of talk about some of the things that maybe you've tried. I just, I just, I have a client, Lynn, who I love. I helped her get over her ex earlier this year. She's in the Bigger and Better Life Mastermind now, and we're working on her business. And she said that she tried all the things too. She was 2 years post breakup and for some reason just couldn't kick him like a bad habit, right? And here are the things that I hear we've tried. If I miss something on the list, will someone DM me on Instagram and tell me I missed it, what it is? But journaling, meditating. I also want to say none of these are bad. All of these are great things. Getting in the best shape of your life, traveling, waiting for time to heal. Um, Lists. We love a good list, right? My type A ladies. All the wrongdoings, all the ways that we're incompatible. I'm sure we've also the whole feel your feelings thing. That's like a whole thing. Probably tried inner child work. I'm also not above like a spell from a witch or something. Um, I know a lot of you have tried hypnotherapy, right? Where you do like hypnotizing and try to erase them from your mind, that sort of thing. Um, what else have we tried? Tarot cards, fortune telling, maybe praying about it. I remember praying a lot about it. Right, all the things. We try all the things, and still, we just haven't figured out exactly how to loosen the grip, release and let go, move forward, stop thinking about our ex, stop comparing him to every new potential partner. Maybe you even got into a new relationship. That was one that I tried. I got into a relationship with an amazing man. How the hell I attracted an amazing man when I was not well? I mean, I don't know. That's another story for another time. But Lynn did the same thing. She tried all the things. And then, you know, my journey was a little bit different, right? Because I learned components of this one at a time. Whereas my clients, I'm like, I've swept everything. And now here are the exact steps you need to take. Where I kind of learned it out of order. But it's the RDA process, my friends, reducing desire and attachment. And honestly, I'd say it's twofold, right? When I first started breakup coaching, the number one thing that I think moved the needle for my people was just recognizing, what am I making the breakup mean about me, right? What am I making it mean about me? And is that really true? And what am I making the breakup not only mean about myself as like a human being, like I'm not worth it, I'm not lovable, I wasn't good enough, but also what am I making it mean about my life and my future? I'm never going to have what I want. I lost my chance at love. All of those thoughts create feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, defeat, unworthiness. And of course, when we feel that way, we show up that way and we create more results that are aligned to that. So just changing that narrative moves the needle so much in a breakup or divorce journey. So amazing. We love that for us because that was like my experience of we can get over our ex in a moment because the moment you shift some of those narratives, you get like this release. Then, as I deepened my coaching work with my clientele and was helping friends, family, anyone who would listen to me with heartbreak, I started recognizing that desire and attachment were components of this at like a broader scale. We can change the narrative that we have about ourselves and our future, and that does so much. But sometimes what would happen is someone changes the narrative that they have about themselves and their future, but yet they still have this weird, like, little cling, like this unfinished, like unresolved, minor open tab in their brain. And that's when I was like, wait a second, we're missing desire and attachment. And those words also are used, at least attachment, right, is used pretty heavily in the world of romantic partnerships. And from a human psychology perspective, I mean, it's important to talk about. And then that's when I also recognized the ways in which I reduced desire for and attachment to my ex. And then I helped other people do it. And then I realized there's a really exact process to this that's not that difficult. It is tedious. I'm not going to lie. The process is tedious. But what was so cool is when I implemented it with people, they naturally, they started showing up as the person who was over their ex. And that was like the whole point of becoming that version, right? So good. I'm obsessed with my work. So I just want to say that if you're someone who's like, I have tried everything, and maybe you even feel like you've tried to reduce desire and attachment, I would say, have you done it with me? And have you tried it in the way that I do it? And it's okay if you feel like you've tried everything. There's a lot of outdated advice out there. But there's really 3 components. It's a lot of what we talked about this week, and we'll talk more about next week, I'm sure. But thinking, feeling, and acting like the version of you who's over your ex, understanding what you're making the breakup mean about yourself and your future, and the RDA process, micro and macro. And there's no way that if you addressed all 3 of those thoroughly, that you aren't over your ex. There's just no way. I see it time and time again. So this is my invitation to take those next steps. This is your opportunity to get over your ex for good and build a life that's bigger and better than the one that you had with your ex over the summer with me, which is going to be so fun, by the way. So delicious, so fun. And the women who signed up the last time around that I did this in January and February, they're in a completely different place. All of them, every single one of them is in a completely different place than where they started. And I love that. I love that. I love my work so much. So thank you for being here with me today. I am so excited, and I will talk to you next time.